Hello again, everyone. Welcome back. Well, believe it or not, we've got another cigar from Crown Heads to review. I didn't realize they had so many that came out at one time or very close together. But anyway, this is the new Headley Grange Chamuco LE 2019. 5 1/4 by 54, one size only. There is the density. Now, this cigar, the name refers to what's been called a Mexican pit bull. That's a chamuco. The breed is said to have originated in central Mexico back in the 70s as a cross between American Pit Bull Terrier and the now extinct Mexican Bulldog. The cigar uses San Andreas wrapper and Nicaraguan binder and filler. Ernesto Perez Carrillo Jr. made these cigars at Tabacalera La Alianza. 5 1/4 by 54, the only size available, averaging out at a $10.95 a cigar, and only a total of 1,500 boxes of 12 counts were produced. So that's sort of the long and the short of it. Let's get right to it. The new Headley Grange Chamuco LE 2019. One thing worth pointing out is the foot is sort of a shaggy foot. When I showed you the density, did you notice that? It's all sort of, well, it's not closed. It's sort of closed and sort of just shaggy. Now, we've got to remove this band at the foot. Crown Heads always does this. Every cigar I think they make, and there it goes, off easily. Did not hurt the cigar, but you can see the shagginess now. So let's give her a clip. Didn't expect it to be good because I took off so little. I mean, so little. It's fine. And even with that semi-closed shaggy foot, it's still test drawing well. All right, get ready for some scattering. Well, your first flavors are a cedar, a dry boysenberry. Been a while since you heard that flavor, isn't it? Some brown sugar, a splash of cinnamon, quite a bit of nutmeg, and a lot of earthy black coffee. I would say there's black pepper at about 7.5. The boysenberry flavor I mentioned, if you know what boysenberry tastes like, this is like a dry version. It's not like boysenberry the fruit. It's almost like a dried boysenberry. And it is combining with cedar at this point. I can almost guarantee you it'll go away at some point. It hardly ever sticks around, but that's how we start. So let's see what happens by the first third. Over here at the first thirds, ash still intact. Don't know for how much longer. But the cigar has really changed from the beginning. As a matter of fact, at about 3/4 of an inch in, it had already changed. I just didn't come back in the editing process. No sense in coming back. But it does settle down nicely into a nice orange citrus with also orange peel. Quite a bit of brown sugar, cinnamon, nutmeg, and now the chocolate notes have come out. They weren't there at the night up. Nice black coffee base. The pepper remains very good. High grade, medium bodied. Finish is kind of a nutmegish cream with sweetness. sweet nutmeg and cream with nice lingering black pepper. It's very tasty. Now, to be honest with you, it's much better at the 3/4 of an inch point than it is at the light up. It improves quickly. In fact, at the first third, I would rate it 93. And I've had several, and I'm looking for a similar track record. If I want to see if it holds, but it tends to get better as it goes. So let's just see what we have by the second third. End of the second third. You see, I already moved the lower band. We're at the main band. But the cigar is picking up a little bit of flavor. You've got a cedar, somewhat tangy citrus combination. Nice brown sugar, a little cinnamon, nice cinnamon actually. Even a little caramel now in the mix, and a very smooth, creamy nutmeg. The chocolate notes are there, but they're somewhat subtle. They're not flamboyant. And a nice black coffee base. Finish is pretty much unchanged. Medium to full, but it's not that intense. But the cigar is sort of ramped up a little bit in overall flavors and appeal. And the second third, I would rate it 94. It's edged up just a little. So, as always, let's see what the final third brings. But it's a pretty good burn, wouldn't you say? Well, we're down to the end, so let's wrap it up. Cigar kind of took a step back here in the final third for me. It did reach full bodied, but you've got some cedar, rather faint, brown sugar, some cinnamon, which is actually pretty good. Quite a bit of a smooth nutmeg, somewhat creamy, and a very increased amount of black coffee. And the chocolate notes are very faint, if they're at all. It's for a Maduro cigar. It does not have many chocolate notes, and it has not an extensive amount of coffee notes. Finish is pretty much unchanged, but the cigar is kind of ebbed and flowed. Midpoint was definitely the best for me. Final third, I would really drop back to 92. It took a pretty big step backwards, but overall pretty good cigar. You got an overall score of 93. Not too bad. Very good, actually. I've had 4 of these, and it's pretty well consistent with what I've found. But you try it yourself, see what you think. But that's where I'd be on it, 93. That's pretty good cigar. So there you have it, the Crown Heads Headley Grange Chamuco LE 2019 93.